Hello again, YouTube. UtakataJ6 here. I'm here to introduce the next version of MediateCraft. This would be Mediate version 0.3. And the important changes, there were a couple important changes in this version, such as I added actually gem ores. However, they were invalidated by a later version, so I'm not going to go into them at the moment. However, 0.3 also introduced items of various gems, only a couple which are seen here. And it made some changes to the vanilla code, one of the few base class edits which I've done so far. So for me to explain that best, I'm going to need to place some of these and go into survival mode. So here we have some gold ore. There's some lapis ore. Where are the other two? Emerald ore, and oh, I was looking for coal. There we are. I'm going to place quite a fair bit of coal. You'll see why in a moment. And finally, a few solitary emerald blocks. So, if we change our game mode, here are the changes that are presented with this version. Each of these ores now works slightly differently. Gold can occasionally drop pyrite, fool's gold, which is of course not actual gold, and thus very little use. The chances are low, but as you see, the first block I mined there actually gave it. So sometimes you will get pyrite instead of gold ore, which you can then use to get gold. Pyrite has different uses. One of the alternate uses for pyrite is that it can actually be used as a recipe for flint and steel. You can use pyrite to replace the iron. It's a traditional use. The next ore change is in lapis lazuli ore. Lapis lazuli ore does not drop blue dye anymore, but rather it drops the item lazurite, which can immediately be crafted into blue dye. Lazurite is important. Oh, sorry, it has to be rendered into blue dye. Lazurite is important because this means that we can have whatever mod you like, adding little flowers which add lapis lazuli, and not have those flowers, and not have the blue dye then be created into blocks of lapis, keeping the mineral rare. I might actually have to go make a small change to make sure that's actually happening, but in the past this has been working perfectly fine. The third ore change is in coal. Coal can drop itself, or alternatively amber. Amber still works as fuel, however it will have slightly different uses in the future of MediateCraft than coal currently does. As you see, when we're mining through, most of the time we get coal, but maybe 1 in 9 might be amber, something like this. So we'll just make sure we get all that coal here though. Obviously there are no changes to when these blocks spawn. You will still see these blocks in their normal positions in the world, and furthermore, you will, even if they've already been generated, they will still behave the correct way, dropping amber, pyrites, lazurites. The final change is to beryl ore, which I'm not going to be able to emerald ore, sorry. In Mediate, emerald ore is referred to as beryl. It can drop either of the gems in the beryl family, either emerald, the currency, or more rarely, aquamarine. Both of these gems, like all gems, will have more uses in the future of Mediate, but for now, the important thing to note is you're not going to be losing out when you find emerald ore. You're still going to get your emerald. However, in the future, the drop rather than this item will actually be dropping a crystal of emerald or a crystal of aquamarine or such, which then means you can get more than one emerald. So, while we keep with Jeb's philosophy of emerald is simply a nice find, we add in the new twist that you can also have a chance to gain additional items from it. And finally, it's even more of a nice find if you get more than one emerald from a single ore. But it's not so much that you feel like the system is completely broken. So those are all the changes that are come in Mediate 0.3, and I'll go into further detail about gems, gemstones, and the ores for them in the future. Thanks for watching.